Hello everybody, this is Jean, and I am here doing an unboxing of these two new Oracle decks that I just purchased. One of them is called Dark Mirror Oracle cards, and the other is the Halloween Oracle. So we'll do two videos. Let's start with the Halloween Oracle. This Halloween Oracle deck is by Stacy DeMarco. It kind of caught my eye when I was just randomly in my local crystal shop. I have one other deck by Stacy DeMarco. It is called the Queen of the Moon Oracle, which I can do a video about eventually, but this is one of my favorite Oracle decks. This is also a relatively new purchase, sorry about that. And I absolutely love it. So let's open up this one. I am not a huge fan of videos that go on and on about lots of things, so I'll just kind of hit the big points. This is also still completely shrink wrapped, so I am really just seeing it for the first time. I've seen maybe one video about this, maybe seen a couple of cards, but I've not really delved into it. Haven't read the book, if there is one. Some people have seen that they've not had a book in this box, but just want to give you an idea. Not going to take a whole lot of time. The reason that this deck kind of stood out to me is that it is July right now. It's almost August, but it is not really time for Halloween yet, but I am finding myself a little bit impatient. I really, for some reason, have been watching lots of Halloween movies and movies about witches and that sort of thing, which Halloween is my favorite, absolute favorite time of year. But I am just thinking that that's probably why this deck caught my eye. And yeah, so let's open it up. I'm gonna open it up off camera just because it will be a little bit easier. I couldn't wait to open this deck, and I didn't want to wait until the tripod got here. I had to buy a new tripod, so yeah, you guys are just gonna have to bear with me because I just really wanted to get into this, and the setup that I've got right now is not great. Anyway, let's not think too much about that. Let's open this up. So look at the box. The box is awesome. Look at that beautiful, awesome skull on the front here. It is pretty amazing. I think this card is the Skull of Flowers card. I think I saw that one in a video, but we're gonna find out. And you may see a little cameo appearance of my cat Leo. Oh, he just fell off the chair, so maybe you won't see him. Really nice box, black and orange, of course, because it's a Halloween deck. Some weird little paper in here. And then here we go. Oh, good, there is a book. I saw another person who did not have a book when they opened their box. So, thing about the books, I don't use them. So, you know, I have no opinion about what this book may or may not look like. It does seem to, you know, you got pictures of the thingies. It looks like they're probably in alphabetical order. Yeah, looks like they're in alphabetical order. You know, you get the name of the card, you get a little, you get the thing, these are all in the cards as well, the keywords, and then beautiful, you get a nice little poem, which I think is super cool, and then the explanation. I will probably only glance at this book. It's a nice book though, it is a really nice size, lots of nice big words, that sort of thing. There's some spreads in the front. So you get, you know, if you're new and you want, oh, look at that beautiful photo. Awesome. I love this. This is beautiful. This would make a really nice keepsake kind of deck. So, excellent. There's your book, if you care about the book. Cards. Just a little sheath, which is nice. They are glossy, as you can see. You can see the light up there. You can see it really well in this video. But the backs of the cards are cool. They're Halloween themed, of course, with your cats and ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns and broomsticks and bats. So that's cool. They're not super sticky or like crackly like some glossy cards come. They actually seem like they might shuffle pretty well. I usually, because these are so big, like let me just show you. This is my petite little hand holding this deck, right? They're pretty big. They're pretty big cards. I would probably shuffle this deck sideways. Let's see. Ruffle shuffling would be pretty hard to do. So before I shuffle them, I will go ahead and show you these cards. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. We'll do a quick flip through. Hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see all of them. Apple, risk and reward. Beautiful. Farnborough, which is the dessert shown here. Sweetness and synergy. Black cat. This is one of my favorite cards. Fortune meets opportunity. Look at his eyes in the background. It's so cool. Cauldron, synergy and healing. Also really cool. The detail of the steaming cauldron pot and the fire at the bottom. Dawn, the light after the darkness. Really beautiful imagery. Death, the eternal cycle begins here. A moth, really good idea. Symbolism of cycles, really nice. I like the skull in the background, the death face there, but understanding that death is the beginning of another cycle, the end of a cycle, and the beginning of a new one, by understanding the life cycle of the moth. That's cool. Eternal love. Love is love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. This is a cool card as well. Look at that. You can see, wow, look at these skeletons. They're super happy. Look at them. Oh, they're excited. They're in love. It transcends death. Forgiveness, reducing burden. I love that. Forgiveness is all about reducing burden, not for you. I mean, not for the other person, but for you. Ghost, regret. I heard someone else say they didn't like this imagery of the ghost and the idea of regret. I like the idea of regret being the symbol or the keyword for ghost. I think that, I mean, really, when you think about it, spirits that linger here in the Halloween time have a very, a lot of people think of that as like people are lingering for a reason, right? And maybe they linger because they have unfinished business. Honestly, sometimes I look at us humans as ghosts filled with regret. This is why we're still here, still on some karmic cycle, right? Here's the graveyard, unnecessary fear. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and our homes. It's a weird card. It is really nice, warm. You really feel the warmth of the fire, but it also kind of looks a little foreboding, like scary, like not inviting. Invisibility, authenticity. Strange combination of images and words here. But I guess I will find out more about that as I use the cards. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Gotta go a little bit faster, you guys. I really didn't want this video to be more than 10 minutes long, and we're working on 10 minutes now. Lady de los Muertos. So this is really cool. This imagery is reminiscent of the Day of the Dead, the Mexican Day of the Dead. So you have the Lady de los Muertos, the Lady of the Dead, acceptance and equality. I don't really understand the wording there, but maybe if I learned more about the Day of the Dead, I would. So that's cool. The lamp, remembrance. I like how the lamp has jack-o'-lanterns in the background. Remembrance. Midnight. Come on, focus. Thank you. The most magical hour of all. Mummy. Change. Night song. Hidden talents. Interesting. Night song. Owl. Wise seeing, wise action. That one was a little sticky. Scrying, intuition. Cool. I like it. Skeleton, strength. Pretty self-explanatory. Bones are pretty hard. Skull of darkness, blind spots. So there's a little run of skulls in here, so you can check out that book and find out what each skull means. Skull of flowers, creating through the ashes. Interesting. Ashes and flowers. Interesting, interesting. Skull of light, illumination. Skull of stars, infinite possibilities. Spider, community and web weaving. I like it. I don't know how community-oriented spiders are, but web weaving definitely gives you a sense of community. Trick or treat, mischief and play. Very pretty. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. This image is crazy. It is throwing up all sorts of like things in my head right now. Wow, that is insane. That pomegranate at the mouth of the skull is insane to me. I don't know. And dripping, where all things pause and begin again. This is another one of those sort of ideas that life is a cycle, that death is not the end. Vampire, emotional intelligence. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I'll find out. I'm not sure. You don't really think about, I mean, like conventionally when you think of vampires in an emotional sense, they are people that suck the energy from others, so I'm not sure how emotional intelligence and vampire go together on this card, but we'll see. Maybe that's a bias. I don't know anything else about vampires. The veil, the future. Also interesting. Interesting idea of the veil and the future. If you're looking at the veil as the thing between the present and the future, then yeah, this card would make sense, but I'm not really sure about that. Werewolf, exploring wilderness, I think. Wildness, exploring wildness. Interesting. I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. That is a crazy picture. Very scary. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. Interesting deck. The Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Very true. I like it. I'm not sure I like the image too much. It's all right. I don't know why she's blind by her hat. I don't love it, the card itself, but I do like the message on the card, which, you know, a lot of the times, many times for me, imagery is extremely important, but many other times I really buy cards just for their phrasing. because I'm just looking for the message itself and words. And last card, zombie, control. Weird. I really feel like some of these cards are very opposite. Like zombie, I would think of as something like numb or mechanical, what's that word? Robotic maybe, or like going with the motion, going through the motions. But here we've got control, and maybe, I don't know, man, like what is that word about? I'm gonna have to look at the book, obviously, because this one I really just am not getting control from this. I mean, I get it from the image, but not from the idea of a zombie. Like I can see this person, you know, this hand coming out of the ground grasping for control and maybe not getting it. Like he won't find it. But I don't know how that relates to a zombie, so I'm not sure. Maybe this one is one of those like, look, it's just a Halloween theme. We wanted to include zombies, and that was what we got. So let's shuffle this a little bit, if I can, around my little camera set up here. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I just want you to see what it's like to shuffle these cards. They're not super bendy this way. Not great, but that may be because of how I'm kind of reaching around here. I heard someone else say, oh, actually they bend a lot better the other way. They bend a lot better lengthwise, but they're way, yeah, that's much better. They're way too big for my hands to shuffle them that way. So they might get trimmed. They might get this black border trimmed right off to make them a little easier for me personally to shuffle them, but I don't mind the border. I don't mind borders on oracle cards. I mind them on my tarot cards. So that is the Halloween Oracle, and I will do a separate video for the other one that I just got, which is the Dark Mirror Oracle, which I'm also super excited about. I don't know what it is with me and these dark decks right now, but that is how I'm feeling. That is what I bought today, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy my other videos. There are plenty more to come. Tell me in the comments what kinds of videos you would like more of, and otherwise, have an awesome day. Namaste.